Mula Vinaka, and welcome again into another episode of Becoming a Man ministry, which has birthed out of necessity because of the so many challenges that men get through and go through in life. Not only does there is a challenge in which men does not reach out because there is no ministry for them, like a women's crisis center or a women's ministry. But we do hope that this ministry, Becoming a Man ministry, can help out in its own small ways. And we do hope you are enjoying the podcast in the past. And this one comes you through from Wailoloa in Nandi, Fiji. So here with us is one of our guests that we are really grateful for the time that is here. And welcome Mrs. Lesani Danford, and we're really grateful that you have said yes. So would you like just to introduce yourself, being a mother, a wife, a civil servant, a teacher, Bible study teacher in that sense, and also the other areas that you have influenced, being a team manager for long in so many schools. Would you like to just introduce yourself?
Bula Vinaka all, Bula Mr. Wanga, I'm grateful for the opportunity as well to be here and to be part of this Becoming a Man podcast. Just to briefly introduce myself, Lesani Danford from Nakaunokoro Nakasaleka Kandavu, Vasu Yasawa, happily married to a man from Lionel Danford from Namosi, Rewanga Namosi. We have a child, a son, and he's 23 years old, currently in Sydney at the moment, and have been teaching for a number of years. I'm on my leave right now, on my study leave, but had been teaching for 20 plus years, schools, and been managing, as you mentioned, sports when it comes to girls rugby, athletics, and so forth. So it's been a long run in not only in teaching, but in sporting, and also participating in Christian activities with students through Swiss, and even in our Kingdom Fellowship group, which I'm also grateful to God for to be a part of.
Thank you. Let's start with you managing all those teams, and you can see young girls coming up the ranks, and so many times you have to speak to them, being an influencer, motivate them to realize that there is so much out there awaiting them, that they need to be groomed. And sometimes you are very vocal about it. You have always been very instrumental. Sometimes you get sick by just being there for them, because you feel for these young ladies. And sometimes maybe our school system could have additional help, or maybe curriculum to help them being groomed to become better women when they get married, that they can be a source of that helpmate that the man is looking for. Any comments on that?
Well, like you mentioned, being influential, Mr. Wanga, and I firmly believe that with God in it all, we as ladies can empower young ladies.
Yes.
So it begins with God first. I'm a firm believer of that. When you are empowered by that, then you're able to reach out to young ladies. And there's so much, as you mentioned, there's so much going on with young people now, with ladies in particular, especially in trying to tackle not only both their education, also the extracurricular. And there's nothing there to actually fit in or to connect how to get them from this angle. So they actually are empowered, not only curriculum-wise, but also in sports. Not a lot, like we know that, and you might know that as well. Not all of them will become lawyers or doctors or so forth. So you have areas in that. And that's where women empower women. And I firmly believe in that. With God on our side and the wisdom and the knowledge that is from God alone, we're able to influence them in that. And it's actually the gratitude that I have for these young people is knowing that they not only step out to go to university, but they're also reaching the full potential in sporting fields or in other extracurricular activities that they're engaged in.
Good. Last year I was in Samoa, and very peculiar to me, a girls' college. And when I was asking one of my colleagues, she said this girls' college is well known for preparing girls to become later to excel in their own, whether they're accountant or mathematician or IT. But a majority of them, their parents put them there so that one day, if they so choose, they become the pastor's wife. So it's how they groom themselves there to be respectful to the pastor, to be understanding to the pastor's workload. They are not putting them as second best. This is purposeful. They actually put them there to enhance them in their career also, but at the same time, they can so choose. So it was a peculiar time for me just to keep observing. They were cheering for one of the teams, and I find that sometimes we may have to push them a little bit on that angle of preparation. But as I mentioned, if they choose to just go career, they can still. But there is women teachers that are there to groom them onto that, so that they can cook better, or wash better, clean house better, respectful into different mannerisms that will be required of a pastor's wife later. So do you think we have something like that in Fiji, or do you think we have a form of it, that kind of teaching?
In being an educator myself, I feel I think in our curriculum it's solely because it's a subject. There's home economics and so forth, and that's for cooking and so forth. And then you incorporate, you have family life, but we touch on aspects of families. We don't necessarily groom them of what is to happen to them after this, how to choose a partner, what to see, the red flags in marriages, and how to choose people. And I feel that that's just also important, that our curriculum, we should look into that. And that the family life does not only become a subject that is there to carry out the purpose of that class, that it's there to actually groom not only young women, young men in particular, to step out. When they go out, they become ready to be fathers, they become ready to be mothers. Like you mentioned, to be pastor's wife. How many young ladies do we have in schools even think beyond the classroom to think that they could one day become pastors' wives? So family life and all that, we have a form of it in the subject in school, but I think it's there just as a subject. It's not the totality part of it where they are actually groomed, when they are taught what to do, what circumstances you'll encounter. We think that, I mean, for yourself, you mentioned becoming a man, how teenage boys become better men, better fathers out there. All that is not covered in the curriculum.
And for sure, I think both ways.
Yes.
And my question to my friend in Samoa was, do they have a school that grooms boys to become respectful men? I didn't say pastors, but pastors, you have to go seminary or whatever the church denomination. But I said, do you have a school that teaches boys to become men? And this is where, for us the listeners and the viewers out there, this is where this ministry is trying to help out and help church leaders understand that if it's not there, can reach out. And we would like to work with them to teach pastors on how to make sure that people can realize to become a better man, become a man, and also a woman to become a better helpmate to the men. So just to wrap up this short episode, Mrs. Danford, what would be your advice to young women out there that are going through life, sometimes too career-minded and sometimes too engaged into social media, and because right now stats have shown that marriages are now, girls want to marry late rather than early, and that's happening now in across the globe. So what could be one of the advices that you would like to give our young ladies out there?
I mean, for young ladies, firstly, we have to understand our purpose as ladies, as women, that one day you will become a wife. I pray to God that we all become a wife to a good husband. You will start a family and all that, and reach out. There are people out there, like Mr. Wanga in the group, there are people out there that can actually help you in that. And if you do not understand the process because it's not taught at home, or you do not see it at home, learn to reach out to those adults that can can assist you in that. You don't really have to go far. Sometimes it's right there in the home. It's mom and dad. You see if it is working, it's working. But if it's not, you reach out to members of the church or reach out to people like, as Mr. Wanga has mentioned, like to those that are there that can counsel you or can help you and assist you in finding a good mate. And yes, and turn to people who have wisdom. It's different. We all might have knowledge, but you need to turn to people that have wisdom, those that can actually ignite that fire in you to become a better person. We always have to know that the stages of, as young ladies, we'll become old one day. We will need the help of our spouses. We will need to, and money and career and all this will end. There comes a time when it will end. And so if your purpose is right and your order, you know the order that you are going to be in, which is to be a help to your husband, you'll understand this better. And that would be it for me. Reach out when you need help from people.
Thank you very much. It's always, when we ever meet in our retreats, I always see inspired to see Una, your niece, and then we see you and see your mom. 3 generations of women all in one, working together to making sure that there is alignment into the ways you are. Your mom transferred things to you and now you're transferring to your niece. It's always a good sight to see. So for young ladies out there, please reach out, get mentored by wisdom women, as Mrs. Danford had said. And we do hope that you can pick up 1, 2 or key learnings from in this episode, and that you become a better man and you also become a good helpmate, a woman that has integrity and character, that I think the book of Proverbs talks about the virtuous women. And Proverbs 31. Please do read Proverbs 31, and we'll continue on that. Until the next one, Shalom.